Yeah, I finally got my box from DigiKey. They got all kinds of different stuff. If you're looking for batteries, you can find the 18650s in a bunch of different voltage. Well, not a bunch, but all the voltage ranges in order to make whatever battery cell you have to match the voltage. So they always overpack it, but it's alright, I'm happy about it. Then here we go. I'll take a picture of the part number and stuff so you guys can see it better. It's kind of blurry when I go too close to the camera. Anyways, they're the 18650s, and I bought 10 of them because that's where the price break is. So I was gonna buy 9 because that's the maximum amount I felt I could fit in here, but to buy 10 was cheaper than to buy 9, so I bought 10. In this video, I'm just going to do 3, and if I feel like I need to put more for a longer runtime, I will. But yeah, let's go step by step on how to make this battery pack. Hi guys, my desk is a mess right now, so kind of try to ignore that. Doing Arduino stuff and doing just a bunch of random stuff. So I'm going to use my little ohm meter here, and we are going to just, not ohm meter, I'm a dummy, DC volt, and I just want to see what these batteries are. So I'm measuring it out of the box, and we're at 3.3 volts, which is fully charged. These are 3.2 cells. That way when I put 3 of them together, I get 9.6 volts, and it matches the factory battery pack. So don't mind the mess. I need to get a better bench. This thing is not good. But I'm not gonna use the circle stranded wire because everything I have is kind of too small. So what I'm doing here is using solder wick, and the solder wick is braided and it's flat. And all I'm gonna do is coat it in solder. And this is a pretty thick one. This is a 2mm size one. And so I'm going to use this to jumper the battery because it's nice to have something flat to solder to the flat pads on the battery. I'm going to have to find a different tip though. This thing's... I use this tip on some hot glue to disconnect something that had hot glue. And maybe that wasn't the smartest idea I've ever had. It worked, but I kind of wasted a perfectly good Metcal tip. So anyways, I'm just going to do that for now. Then we take our little clippers here. Clip it here. This side here with... So there's this side here that looks like perfectly flat. This side here that has like a little bump, but it's flush here, but there is a bump underneath this plastic. So that's a positive, that's a negative. So we're gonna go like this. So the negative will be here and the positive will be here, and those wires will go to the car. But I'm gonna have to put a strip across these two, and then underneath these two on the bottom, I'm gonna have to put another strip. So you're just gonna flow like this. You're gonna, let me just get these out of the way. You're gonna flow solder on top, like so. You don't wanna get the battery too hot, so you wanna do this kind of quick. And then so like that. And then we're gonna go to the next one, solder it there. Once it's soldered, you're gonna cut here like so. And then when you put this one here, you're gonna solder it on the bottom from here to here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna tape these all together with electrical tape. I have one strap on the top and then one strap on the bottom. All right, so now if I measure from the first one to the last one with the two jumpers, that should be 3 batteries in series, which means it's in a straight line. So hook the negative, hit the positive. I'm at 9.87 volts. So that's 3 fully charged brand new 18650s. So if it's only set to 9.6, 9.7 or whatever, it's only going to charge this battery pack to that after you use it the first time. So now I'm going to finish taping it up so it's not so wiggly, flexible. And then I'm going to wire a positive and a negative to these two batteries. And then tape those down, and then I'll just have the 2 wires coming off. Let's open up the factory one and see what's inside. So it says 9.6 volt, 320 milliamp hours, and the part number apparently is HFC 1340-3S. And if I cut this open, because I want to reuse the wiring from this if possible. We'll find out here in a second, but we got to cut all this stuff off. So these batteries are actually lithium ion, which, okay, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. The pins are on the same side of the battery, and then they use this PCB board to route it. 3.2 volt cells. I don't really see any other information on it besides that. Alright, so I'm going to strip a little more. I don't know what size wire this is. I hope it's 24. I guess it's 24 gauge. It might be 26, but it's soldered, so make it a little thicker. No, I think it's 24 gauge. Okay, so now that I have enough here, I'm going to put the negative on the flat one and the positive over here on the bubble one. And then hopefully these line up in the car, but if they don't, then oh well. I guess I'm going to have to put new wiring, which is not a big deal. But hey, always try to reuse the old stuff if possible, unless you're actually going to go to something bigger and thicker. And there you have it. So now, is this the best way to do this? Nah, probably not, but does it get the job done? Yes. So that's all that matters, right? You just get the mod done, everybody's happy. Before I go and start hacking up this plastic to make this fit, because it's a little too tight to make them fit, I'm putting the batteries straight up and down. So I'm going to have to do a little modifications here and there, but let's make sure it works. Boom. I'm going to remove this board, and it'll help me to get the tools in here and shave out this area here. So there's 3 little screws. Don't lose them. That's what holds the circuit board in. And then the board will come out. So there we go. Board's out. I'm just going to fold it over like that. So this has a switch and all that stuff on it. Boom. Good enough. So now I can get in here and I'm going to shave out from where this board was in this groove. From here to the left, I'm going to take this stuff out. I'm not sure if this is going to make the actual rigidity of the car different, but oh well. It's a $40 car, who cares? I'm just experimenting, right? That's the fun part. All right, there it is mounted. It's pushed down as far as it'll go. I'm gonna have to trim the cover, but first I'm gonna do a body fit test, because if this doesn't work, I have another plan for mounting. So here's the body, and there we go. So it fits under the body. So now all I'm gonna do is make the lid fit. So the lid is gonna have to get cut out, which is not a big deal. It's just gonna take me some time. And take this part slow, do it little by little so that this hole isn't all massive here. First thing I did to get the center of here, because that's the center here, I drilled a hole directly in between this area here. Now I'm gonna cut out these little wing areas here. So after all that work, the battery only sticks up that much. The fit is super tight, so even though there's nothing holding it down, this lid is sort of friction holding it. And because I went up to a 1.5 amp hour battery setup, this gives me roughly 5 times more playtime, which is right around 50 minutes, almost an hour. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and checking out another Fat Guy Builds episode. Hopefully this episode got you into modifying your RC car, even if it's a cheap garbage one like this. And that way, when you get to the higher models, you can feel confident that you can do whatever mods or stuff you want to do. Me and my friends are going to make a track here with electrical tape, and it'll be pretty much half the shop, so like 30 by 40 foot rough area, and then we'll just push the car out of the way and clean it up, mop it, and we'll have a good time. If you want to support me, check me out on Patreon. $1 a month does a lot more than you think, and to 99% of people out there, $1 a month is nothing. So if you want to help. If you don't, just enjoy the videos. Until next time, wrench on.